Hello and welcome to our second ever but first in-person Digital Culture Awards, brought to you by Arts Council England and the Digital Culture Network. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come here today. We know you're all doing amazing things in the sector and we can't wait to see what you've been up to this past year. Welcome as well to all those watching at home and across the Arts Council England offices. My name is Emma-Louise Amanshia and I'll be your host for today. I'm so excited to be part of these awards. The UK has never needed the creative and culture sector more, so it's great to be able to celebrate all of you and all of your incredible work. Don't want to get too cheesy, but you're all winners, really. We've got a fantastic lineup today. First, we'll hear from Darren Henley, Chief Executive of the Arts Council, about how important digital innovation is to the creative and cultural sector and what the awards are all about. We'll then invite our expert judges to announce the winners of their categories. We'll take a short break at about 1:45 before we come back and hear the winners announced for our public voted categories. The ceremony will then finish with the announcement of our brand new Tech Champions Choice Award, as voted for by our very own tech champions at the Digital Culture Network. Lunch will then be served at the Waterside Room for a bit of networking. If you're a lucky winner, here's the logistics. Please make your way up the right-hand side of the stage to accept your award, say a few words, and then exit this way backstage for some quick photos before you come back this way and take your seat. All runners-up will need to collect their certificates after the ceremony, so please head to the stage at the end. We'll take a nice big group photo of all of our brilliant shortlist. Before we begin, I want to invite those watching our live stream at home to make use of our live chat function, which will be monitored by a member of the Digital Culture Network. As you can see on our Twitter wall here, which looks amazing, all of you can also get involved on the Digital Culture Network Twitter account, which is at ACE_DCN, where we'll be live tweeting throughout the ceremony. Please remember to use the hashtag, which is Digital Culture Awards, when talking about the event. Okay, should we get started? Yay! So without further ado, here's Darren to kick us off.
Thanks very much, Emma-Louise. It's great to be here, not quite in person, but it's great to be with you this evening. When I spoke to you last year at the Digital Culture Awards, I talked a little bit about the challenges we've been facing as our museums and libraries and music venues and arts organisations and theatres had their doors closed. Now, thankfully, those doors are back open again. But still, it's really, really important to see the digital innovation right across our sector that we've enjoyed over the last 12 months. And I'm really excited to see a set of nominees who have been adaptable and flexible and really, really innovative. We've got a new set of challenges this year. Cost of living is becoming something that's really, really important for our organisations. And you've responded magnificently to that and to so many of the other challenges. It's great to see the breadth of work that we've got here. It's great to see the real breadth of different organisations, large and small, and from all parts of the country. Have a fantastic evening. It's really, really important the work that you're doing, and congratulations both to the nominees and also, of course, to all of our winners.
Thanks very much to Darren. Inspiring words. Now let's get started with our first category. Digital transformation celebrates the use of digital technology to demonstrate measurable growth and digital maturity. So please give a warm welcome to Liam Darbon, Director of Digital and Innovation at Tate, who will say a few words about the category, introduce the shortlist and announce your winner.
Hi, thanks very much. It's so nice to be here in person and in real life, and I'm delighted to be presenting the award for digital transformation today. Everyone's submissions were really innovative, thoughtful, and I think most importantly, human-centred. When I was thinking about what to say about digital transformation, where the broader global digital landscape is heading, and how this applies to our sector, I kept on coming back to the question of, quite frankly, when will digital transformation just become transformation? And more broadly, when will our work across digital products or programs or channels just become work? And yes, digital is an enabler, but we all know that the future isn't about physical or digital. It's about blended experiences that are cross-platform, cross-channel, blended, and that opens up access, deepens engagement, and crucially adds meaningful value. Whilst new technologies and opportunities to engage with them continue to proliferate our inboxes, and as the big tech world tries to grapple with the metaverse, blockchain, Web 3.0, or decentralization more broadly, and we desperately try to work out what applies to our sector or our audiences, our biggest opportunity remains our why. Regardless of the question, regardless of the project, and regardless of the opportunity, truly centering humans is the key to our success. So if cultural spaces, activities and programs can leverage their why, their mission, their purpose, their values, through a human-centered approach, any transformative work will allow us to have this golden thread of meaning constantly running through it. And that's our USP. That's why our work will always continue to educate, engage, inspire, and excite for generations to come. So with this in mind, I'm delighted to introduce the shortlist for digital transformation. Dada for their Dada Holograms R&D project. East Riding Archives and Museums for their What Was Here Heritage App project. And the Henry Moore Foundation with their new website and digital overhaul project. So let's take a look at their work. So as you can see, the quality of the entries was so high, and I'd like to congratulate everybody, even those on the long list and those who made submissions more broadly. But we had to choose one. And it was because of the innovative and thought-through approach to the research and ideation through to the design and delivery, which created not only a transformative digital product, but more importantly, a human-centered transformative digital experiences for their audiences. So the winner is Dada for their Dada Holograms R&D project.
Wow. Thanks, everyone. I don't have anything prepared. I would like to thank everyone at Dada and everyone at The Space who also helped to fund this project, as well as all of our artists and participants and interpreters that took part. Adam, Rhiannon, Nadeem, Helen, and everyone else who has been able to help with this project. That's it. Thank you. It's really lovely that this sort of really innovative work is getting recognised, and we hope to do more of it in the future. Cheers, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Congratulations and well done to Dada. Next, we have a category which recognises the work of an individual. Digital Ambassador celebrates an inspiring individual who's been using digital technology to drive meaningful change in their organisation or for their own projects. This category was judged by Zoe Amar, founder and director of Zoe Amar Digital, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, but she will be joining us on screen in just a moment to say a few words and announce the winner. Liam has kindly agreed to present this award on Zoe's behalf.
This is a time of huge change and hardship across the arts sector and society as a whole. Yet we must hold on to hope and the belief that change is possible. As we saw in the pandemic, the only way out of the crisis is through innovation. And through the nominations we have seen for the Digital Ambassador Award and across the Digital Culture Network Awards as a whole, we have witnessed how the arts sector is full of extraordinary individuals and organisations who are doing things differently and innovating to show us all that there are new ways to create a better, fairer society and that a brighter future is on the horizon. And now I'm thrilled to introduce the shortlist for the Digital Ambassador Award. And they are Joe Strickland, theatre maker, digital producer and creative technologist from Dada and Chronic Insanity. Julie Nicholson from Digital Voice for Communities for the Digital Me, Tell Your Story, Change the World project. And Nick Houlston from STEAMCO, bringing creative community events to life online through collaboration, connection, and the creative use of cardboard and code. Let's take a sneak peek at what they've all been doing.
Thanks very much to Zoe, and now it's time to find out who our winner is.
As you can see, the quality of entries was incredibly high, and it was an almost impossible decision to pick a winner. For the incredible way that this project fused digital innovation with a commitment to inclusion and helping the voices of those who may not be heard, the winner is Julie Nicholson from Digital Voice for Communities with her Digital Me, Tell Your Story, Change the World project. Congratulations, Julie.
Thank you very much. This is amazing. I just want to say a huge thanks to the team at Digital Voice for Communities who helps to give marginalised people an anonymous voice through Digital Me. So we ask people to tell their stories, get them to draw themselves, and we animate that avatar to tell their lived experience of issues that need to have change in society, and then we help them to show that to people who can make change in and create change in society. So thank you very much for this, and thanks to all of our partners.
Well done to Julie. Now, next up, we have the Using Data category, which celebrates those who have used data to create organisational change or support strategic decision-making. To say a bit more about the shortlist and to announce the winner, I'd like to welcome our category judge, Katie Rains, founder and CEO of Indigo Limited.
Thank you, and thank you so much for asking me to judge this award. I'm old enough to remember when having any data in a cultural organisation was a pipe dream. And then, of course, we started to gather data, any data, and we were grateful. And we moved from that to contorting ourselves to try and understand the data we had or we could get. And frankly, the more we had, the better. But of course, the challenge now isn't having data. Everyone is awash with too much data. So data itself isn't the valuable prize it once was. The value really comes from knowing the change you want to see, collecting the data you need, making sense of it, and then using it to effect or evidence that change. So what was wonderful to see from the entries that we had is that we are indeed, as a sector, moving beyond the stage of just collecting or manipulating lots of data, and instead firmly into the powerful change bit. The shortlisted organisations were organisations who had a clear purpose that data was going to help them fulfil. They'd thought carefully about the data they wanted to collect. They understood the data they had, including its limitations. And they knew how to put that data in context so they could see where the opportunities and challenges might be. And finally, they understood the need to present and tell the story of the data. So there were some really creative and engaging ways of presenting data to make it inclusive to everyone, not just data nerds like me. So I'm delighted to introduce the shortlist for the Using Data Award, Durham Music Service for their work creating data dashboards to engage more young people in schools in making music, Leeds 2023 and Open Innovations for their data microsite project, and Watershed Arts Trust for their Balance and Belonging project. Let's have a look. Of course, it's so hard to choose between these three amazing entries, and they should all be massively congratulated for what they've achieved. But in the end, the reason I chose this organisation was because they demonstrated a really impressive use of data to underpin the culture of the organisation and took great care in the presentation and explanation of the data to make that clear and inclusive as well. So the winner is Watershed Arts Trust Bristol for their project Balance and Belonging.
Bloody chuffed, thanks. This project, Balance and Belonging, helps us to understand the intersectional identities of the people that we work with, but more importantly, what those identities mean for how they experience their work with us and how they feel about it. It's all documented online, so you can read it, engage with it, and work out how you might be able to use that approach in your own organisations. It was inspired by Aubrey Blanche, and the work was done by our data inclusion team, which is Layla Barron, Tony Barjam, and Jaslyn Pinkney, who are careful, rigorous, and brilliant with data, and Watershed has really benefited from that. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Huge congratulations to Watershed. A little reminder for those watching at home, please let us know what you think so far. You can tweet us or use the live chat on the live stream. We want you with us every step of the way. Now we'll move on to income generation, which celebrates those who utilise digital technology to create revenue streams and raise funds. Please welcome to the stage our category judge, Emma Roberts, Head of E-commerce at Smartify and former Digital Culture Network Tech Champion, to say a few words and announce our winner.
Hi everyone. Income generation and the importance of digital innovation go hand in hand. Not only as a sector do we need to look at diversifying income streams through ticketing, memberships, cafe sales, gift shops, online sales, but we need to be across the latest sales platforms, trends in the market, immersive experiences, new technologies, social platforms, consumer buying habits, whilst perfectly, improving the sales operation using technology to create fast, seamless ways to capture sales. We need to think about a global audience, how best to serve them. And we're no longer looking at localized audiences. We need to resonate and stay relevant in our consumers' eyes. During the pandemic, organizations had to embrace this digital shift, take a steep learning curve, and embrace digital to create new opportunities. With new challenges underpinned by digital came great opportunity and innovation for organisations. And it's been a really exciting time to see where the sector takes us going forward in a creative and engaging way. And now I'm pleased to introduce the shortlist for the Income Generation Award. For this category, we shortlisted 4 projects, 2 of which were from the Brunel Museum for their online shop and for their Art of Engineering project. Secondly, we have Dundas Digital with their self-titled project, and lastly, we have We the Curious with their online shop. Let's see some examples of their work. The winning organisation for this year's Income Generation Award showed true change management at their organisation, an investment in people skills to build internal knowledge, creating international opportunities, optimising digital to reach further audiences with data-led decisions, being climate impact conscious whilst increasing sales by 227%. I am pleased to announce that the winner is We the Curious with their online shop.
Thank you so much. This is really amazing for us to get, especially in a year that we are currently closed. It's amazing to win an award for income generation. I'd just like to thank Maria a lot for all of the help you've given me in the online shop and getting it to this point. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Big congratulations to We the Curious. We're almost at the end of the first half of the ceremony, but before we take a short break, our next award is one of our most popular categories, and that is the Digital Content Award, which celebrates the use of digital technology to create and distribute cultural content into home, venues and community spaces. To announce this award, please welcome to the stage an award-winning digital artist and head of broadcast and digital at Roundhouse, Derek Richards.
Wow, we really are here doing it live. Last year, I had to phone it in, and I literally phoned it in. I remember my judges' comments were performed as though they were live, and now I'm going to confess a year later that actually it was done a week before because I was busy putting up a show in Edinburgh. But doing it this way really excites me because I think everyone picking up an award here today deserves to be honoured in the way that an award should be presented to people. So I'm really excited about doing that here this afternoon. As someone with a background in making interactive and digital work, both as an artist and a producer, and the privilege of leading one of the very few digital and media arts art form departments in a physical arts venue, this is the category I want to give an award to. And then it really excites me awarding people for work that's made within it, treating it as a medium. But first off, I'd like to congratulate everyone that made the long list, because boy, as exciting and as wonderful as it was to do this, it was really hard this year. Every single one of the short list that you're about to see absolutely nailed it in terms of creativity, imagination, innovation, and thinking about audience strategically, even integrating into the material of the work, thought about the engagement with their audiences and the impact, social impact actually, that they wanted to achieve. So without any ado, I'd like to introduce you to the shortlist, and they include Dante or Die for Odds On, Limbic Cinema for Rewild, and Walk the Plank for Green Space, Dark Skies. Let's have a look at the work. Does take me back to that. That really does take me back to the evening, the late night where I kind of decided to give up and go to bed and have a look at it again the next day. But in the end, the decision I made was around a piece of work that was based on a solid research base, working in collaboration with people with lived experience of, and I'm going to skip that bit because I want to announce them in a second, blank, and experimented successfully with what essentially was a new form for them, to create a work that elicits genuine empathy. In doing so, they've created a valuable resource that they've worked to embed in service provision in the area that they want to achieve the greatest impact. The award goes to Dante or Die for Odds On.
We're a little bit shocked. Yeah. Those other projects are incredible. And when we got shortlisted, we watched this, looked at all these, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe we're with these people. This is amazing. So thank you so much, Derek. Thank you to the introduction about today was about the human with digital. And since we've started working in the digital sphere, that's what we've wanted to do. And to be awarded for this, it's because of the humans that made it with us. So Fiona, who was there from day one, thank you. The incredible John Walsh-Brannock for his animation and his digital creation and experimentation. Seb, who made the web work. Daphne, my co-artistic director, and all the team have put it all together. But really, really importantly, the 5 people who were our creative advisors, who all have lived experience of gambling harm, who this would not be the project that it was without them. So a huge thank you to them. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Huge congratulations to Dante or Die. Can we have a round of applause for all of our winners so far? Woo! It's been an incredible start to the ceremony. We'll be taking a short 10-minute break now, so feel free to go and get a coffee, grab a cup of tea, and I'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Thank you. welcome back. Hope you had a nice break and are very excited for our second half. Thanks again to everyone at home still watching. Before we go on to any more exciting announcements, I want to remind you that you can follow along live on Twitter at ACE_DCN and using the Digital Culture Awards hashtag. So far, we've had some amazing comments, which you can see pinned at the top of our Twitter wall right here. Now it's time to get the show on the road and reveal our final 4 winners. Next up is one voted for by you. It's the Digital Inclusion category, sponsored by Accessible by Design. This award celebrates the use of digital technology to improve access to creativity and culture for diverse and representative audiences. Our sponsors have kindly invited the shortlist for this category to join a free accessible digital content webinar, and the winner will also be offered a snapshot access survey of their website, along with some valuable follow-up advice. Unfortunately, the judge of this next category is unable to attend in person, but has sent us some recordings of his presentation, and Andy Leach from the Digital Culture Network has kindly volunteered to present the trophy for this category. So to announce this award, it's one of the UK's most influential disability advocates, particularly in the arts, film and broadcast sectors. So please welcome to the screen, category judge Andrew Miller, MBE, cultural consultant, broadcaster and disability champion.
Hello everyone. I'm so sorry not to be with you in person at this year's Digital Cultural Awards, but I'm currently a little bit unwell and don't want to inflict my head cold on any of you. But I wanted to reflect on what a year it's been for digital culture, pushing the boundaries and really entering the mainstream. 2 of the highlights of my cultural year have been digital events. One, a unique hybrid of digital tech and live performance that brought a much-loved pop band back after a 40-year sabbatical. And I'm talking, of course, about ABBA's Voyage. The specially designed ABBA Arena is one of the most accessible venues that I've ever experienced, with wheelchair spaces enjoying the best seats in the house. And the second cultural highlight for me was diving into the immersive digital world of David Hockney at the Light Room in King's Cross. Bigger and closer, not smaller and further away, is another brilliantly accessible and overwhelmingly sensory experience where we're seeing digital technology take traditional arts audiences in entirely new directions. Both of these projects have huge and important artists at their core, but they also illustrate the power of the creative imagination married beautifully to access and inclusion. And that's what we're celebrating today. And so I'm delighted to announce the shortlist for this category. Beacon Films for the Virtual Visionaries project. Nottingham Playhouse for their virtual reality headsets. Oily Cart for Sound Symphony at Home. Sense with their Moving Portraits dance film. And finally, Walk the Plank with Green Space, Dark Skies. Let's take a look at the shortlist.
What an exciting shortlist this is. Andrew, can you please let us know the winner?
As you can see, the quality of entries was exceptionally high and diverse, and reducing the shortlist was really hard. But the public have chosen a winner that pushes the boundaries for inclusion, and that winner is Sense and Moving Portraits. Many congratulations to them.
Can everyone hear me? I haven't touched the microphone. Is that okay? All right, brilliant. Hello, my name's Rebecca Randall and I'm the resident dance artist at Sense Arts. On behalf of Sense, I would like to thank Arts Council and all our funders for supporting this work and the whole team of creative collaborators. I'm a bit excited and overwhelmed and I've got this really formal thing to do. And all the team of creative collaborators who brought this project to life in front of and behind the camera. Special thanks to our artistic director, Lisa Simpson, who sends her apologies that she couldn't be here today, and our screen dance director, Seema Gonsai. Our biggest thanks to the people we support who featured in the film, participants from Calthorpe Academy, Edgbaston Manor Care Home, Sense College and Sense Residential Services. We believe this film demonstrates the valuable contributions that people with complex disabilities make to the arts sector, and it is fantastic for this to be recognised today, so thank you. Joe, you danced in the film. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you to everyone who voted for me, and it's been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. And unfortunately, our artistic director, Lisa Simpson, couldn't join us today as she's working in the studio on another project, but she sent some words for Beth, our assistant dance artist, to share.
Yes, unfortunately, Lisa sends her apologies for not being here, but she wanted me to say that she just wants to say thank you to each and everyone who's voted for us. It really means so much to me. I couldn't have wished for a better team of dance makers to create moving portraits.
That's us. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Huge congratulations to Sense. What an incredible project. And now we'll move on to the Content Creator category, sponsored by Factory International. This is a brand new category which celebrates an individual who's demonstrated their innovative use of digital technology to create and distribute cultural content. The shortlist for this category will receive a free pair of tickets to a Manchester International Festival show of their choice, and the winner will also receive a pair of free tickets to the press night of the world premiere, an official Factory International venue opening show, Free Your Mind. So please welcome our category judge, Helen Spencer, a skilled creative practitioner, consultant and mentor, to talk about the category, introduce the shortlist and announce the winner.
Hey, it's lovely to be here to tell you about this new category and the great submissions that it has received. We've had submissions from the north and the south. Some have had relatively deep pockets, others a little more modest. But what's been fantastic to see is the individuals and their organisations really exploring the use of innovative technology to build and share creative and cultural content. Old stories are being told in new ways, and new stories shared with audiences who might not be able to attend physically or feel that traditional arts institutions and cultural organisations aren't for them. The submissions to this category show that with the right collaborations, a dollop of funding and a great vision, the impact can be huge for both the arts and the audiences. Now, we all know and have seen today that digital projects are rarely a solo effort. Delivery and distribution typically require a skilled team and often a sea change in the way that organisations deliver projects and manage them internally. And I think it takes a really special kind of creative to guide these projects, nurturing them from inception through to delivery. And it's great to have the opportunity to recognise the talents and no doubt fantastically well-honed cat wrangling skills of the individuals that have been shortlisted for the inaugural Content Creator category. They include Lucy Hammond from Monoliths. This poetic piece is a love letter to the North. It explores VR and audio soundscaping to celebrate the stories of 3 young women whose origins are tied to the northern landscape. It's a fantastic example of how digital technology can complement and extend a traditional theatrical experience and help organisations seek new ways of reaching audiences both locally and globally. And Roland Lane with Sun's Eye, With 19th century masterpieces gracing the walls, headset-wearing members of the public at the V&A were treated to a very 21st century mixed reality art installation. Premiered as part of the London Design Festival, a photorealistic dancing hologram led audiences through this immersive piece. And this is a great example of technology being used to create a really unique experience that challenges expectations and also encourages new audiences to traditional venues. Sam Bartle's What Was Here repurposes historic photos and stories from the East Riding's Museum and Archive collection. His Heritage Tourism Act works like a lo-fi virtual time machine, bringing East Yorkshire's past alive from the palm of your hand. Collaborations with local councils and tourism offices have really maximised the traction of this piece, and it's a really brilliant example of how prioritising digital content can have a positive impact, not only in this case on the museum and archive sectors, but also across well-being, education and tourism too. Let's take a look at the three shortlisted category content. Three great pieces devised and delivered by three talented individuals. And of course, it's never easy comparing apples and pears, but ultimately the winner stood out for their combination of artistic vision and technological skills. This person produced a really groundbreaking experience for the members of the public. The juxtaposition of old and new art practices was described by those who were lucky enough to see it in person as absolutely mind-blowing. Congratulations, Director Roland Lane.
Hey, well, that's a surprise. Yeah, I think the overwhelming thing for me today is how much incredible work has been shortlisted and shown, and how important Arts Council funding and support is. I think we've all found in this room it's always difficult making these projects happen, but since the pandemic it can feel like a real fight, and I think Arts Council support and support from the Digital Culture Awards Network and places like that can be the difference between really meaningful work getting made and not getting made at all. So huge thank you to John Cairns at the Arts Council. In terms of this, you're only as good as the people you work with, so huge thank you to Myva, the amazing dancer who performed in a piece, the team led by Andy McNamara at Pretentious London, Dimension Studios, sound designers, and everyone at Epic Games, and the V&A, of course, who came together to make it happen. And finally, for me, I would also like to thank the support of my amazing partner, who hasn't left me yet, despite me spending all of my time working on projects like this, so I am sorry. Thank you all. Congratulations, everyone.
Massive congratulations to Roland Lane, well done. This brings us to our next public voted category, Being Social, which celebrates innovative use of social media to reach, grow and engage with new and existing audiences. The judge for this category is another former Digital Culture Network tech champion, a social media expert with over 15 years of experience in his field, and now digital strategist for Warm Street. Please give a warm welcome to Hayden Karodis.
Hello, everybody. I was going to say, come on, this is social. Let's get a bit social. All right. So, hello, my name's Hayden Karodis. I'm going to talk about the Being Social Award today. So, social media for me is the platform for the storytellers. And it lives and dies with how you speak with your audiences, how you treat your audiences. For me, naturally, the arts and culture sector should align with this. But it's probably fair to say that over the last few years, that might not have happened in the way that we'd like to have happen. Social media is such a platform where everybody can come together based on your talent, based on the stories you want to tell, based on the way that you really bring audiences and bring your stories to life. So, as an arts and culture sector, for me, what I've liked to see over the last few years is the fact that it's changed so much. It has really changed from when I first started working in space four or 5 years ago. And now, you easily compete with some of the biggest and best brands out there. It's not even close anymore. So, for me, I'd like to introduce the nominees for this year's Being Social Award. We have the Crab Museum for their radical and unhinged social strategy. We have the National Theatre for their Theatre Talk fandoms. We have the National Youth Theatre of Great Britain and Northern Ireland for their empowering young people takeover. The Shakespeare North Playhouse for their audience builder strategy. And the Vagina Museum for entering the feederverse. So now, let's take a look. I think it's easy to see that everybody on that list deserved to win. What I really did love about it is the fact that, big or small, everybody really brought their A game. Everybody really told stories. Some organisations built out whole teams and they upskilled their whole team to be able to use social or use digital in a new and diverse way, an exciting way. But without further ado, I will announce the winner. Are you ready? Silence again. And the winner is the Crab Museum.
This is really stupid, because we just post memes. That's what we do. It is obviously very cool, and thank you all very much for supporting us. Thank you to friends of the museum. Thank you to all the long-listed and short-listed applicants and entries. They're all class, obviously. Thank you to our friends and everybody that's involved in the museum. Being an independent science museum isn't particularly easy. We don't have any money, but it's interesting to see how this year, especially, science museums and cultural institutions around the country have divested from fossil fuel sponsorship. And that's really important, and well done everybody that has done that. The people that haven't done that, like the Science Museum, thank you very much.
Push to live social media.
Thank you very much to the Crab Museum, our Being Social winner. Okay, now we have something very special for our final award of today. This award is brand new and was established by the team here at the Digital Culture Network so that they could nominate those who have made a significant impact to their own work using digital innovation. Each tech champion put forward an organisation or individual who'd received one-to-one support from them over the past 18 months to be considered in our shortlist. And as usual, they did not disappoint. Here to talk more about the Digital Culture Network, the shortlist, and to announce the Tech Champions Choice Award winner is Dean Shaw. Tech Champion for Digital Content, and James Akers, Tech Champion for Data Analytics and Insights. Please give them a big round of applause.
Oh, thank you, Emma-Louise. Before we announce the shortlist for the Tech Champions Choice Award, I'd just like to say a few words about our Digital Culture Network. So, as we've seen today, the creative and cultural sector is evolving to meet the challenging demands of the modern audience. And here at the Digital Culture Network, we are always dedicated to supporting you on your digital journeys. Dean and I have been with the team since the beginning, so 2019.
Long time ago.
And it's been an absolute joy to speak to so many incredible individuals and organisations. Every single week, it's brilliant, isn't it? Mm. Yeah, we have a great time. We are continually blown away by the passion to create and deliver fantastic experiences for audiences and the determination to embrace digital technologies to help reach new ones. There are not many sectors where you must wear so many hats and have such a broad knowledge, like many of you do, but your appetite for learning is inspirational. Our team of digital specialists have been busy providing one-to-one support and training across the sector in England, and we have seen some outstanding results. 1,300 organisations and individuals have now had cases with us, with over 3,500 cases altogether. So we've also gained over 40,000 website users, and as of today, we've run 98 events, not quite 100, but 98 events with 7,000 attendees since June 2019. But as we've witnessed today, you are continuing to find new and creative ways to connect with your audiences and use digital tools to improve efficiencies. And it's really amazing to see. We love it. It's great. We love our jobs. It's brilliant. So the purpose of the Digital Culture Network, the Digital Culture Awards, is to showcase and recognise the great work the sector has done to increase engagement, improve access to culture, and transform digital presence over recent years. It also provides us with invaluable insight into the priorities, challenges, opportunities of those individuals and organisations we haven't yet been lucky enough to work with. So please do get in touch if you need. So the hundreds of entries we received this year shows what the DCN already know. You are all winners.
You are.
But don't forget, the DCN is here to help. Anything you want to do when it comes to digital, please head to our website. Book a free one-to-one with us. That's what we're here for. You know, we've got many tech champions with lots of specialist skills here. So please, we love chatting to you all. Even if you'd just like to chat about just small things, no inquiry is too small. Your ambitions, what you're trying to reach, we're here to help with that. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Dean to now introduce our shortlist for this wonderful award.
Thanks, James. Yes, and hello everyone. So the reason for the Tech Champion Choice Award is to allow us to acknowledge the amazing organisations and individuals that we have provided support to over the last 18 months. It's a brand new award which aims to celebrate outstanding commitment to digital skills, development, implementation of digital technology, and to drive change within the creative and culture sector. And as James said, at the DCN we see firsthand the dedication and the hard work, creativity and the resilience you all show in your approach to embracing digital technology. And all of the tech champions were thrilled to be able to sort of show what the sector has been up to. So from an incredible and very impressive long list, we were able to shortlist the following outstanding nominees. Blast Theory for their bold approach to organisation-wide digital development. Josie Whitehead for her commitment to digital skills development for the preservation of her legacy and engaging her audience. And to Left Coast for the agile approach to utilising digital technology to share their mission. Let's take a look at the amazing work they've been doing.
Ready? Yeah, you're a bit now. So we're excited to announce that the winner of the Tech Champions Choice Award is Left Coast.
Really chuffed and delighted and surprised, and also feeling a bit fraudulent for the simple reason that I am known as the techno nana in the office. So it really should be Abby and Tash from my team who are up here collecting this today, because they've got the ambition and the energy and the will to look at that relentless world that's out there, a really fast pace of change that's happening in the digital environment. You know, it's exhausting and exhilarating, and it's really great that I've got people in my team, in my communications team, want to embrace that. But to navigate that change, we do need things like the DCN. And we're a Creative People and Places programme. We're very privileged to be one. We've been one 10 years in November. And our thing is about people and place. And what we've really profited from in terms of Arts Council help is space mentoring to get our systems in order so that we can be as productive as possible and not bore creative people with inefficient systems. And then the second thing is the DCN, who, thank you guys, you know, the likes of Hayden and Dean, they've done tremendous work with us. They've overhauled our website with us. They've done a social media audit with us. They've worked with Abby to sort of see how we can create the best digital media assets. And what I'm really feeling delighted about is you'll see this one's about kind of using the digital to improve your organisation for the benefit of the people that we work with in Blackpool, which incidentally Abby's not here today because she couldn't get a train out of the place. But what I'm really looking forward to is Left Coast now, going forward, inspired completely by these people today, to do some wonderful artistic work with technology and with the communities that we work with on the housing estates in Blackpool. So here's to the next 12 months. And thank you so much, guys. We really have benefited enormously from DCN, so it feels really great to get this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, James and Dean, and congratulations again to Left Coast for their fantastic work. And that brings us pretty much to the end of the Digital Culture Award 2023. But before we go, I'd like to do some thank yous. Huge thank you to Darren, our expert and Arts Council judging panels, and our presenters today for doing such a brilliant job. And of course, a huge congratulations to all of our award winners and runners-up who are all doing incredible things for the sector, and we can't wait to see what you do next. A big thank you as well to everyone who made this event possible, all the team at DCN, the event team at Fuse, and Missing Link, and of course the staff here at IET Austin Court. And most important of all, to all of you for coming here today and everyone watching at home, we hope you enjoyed the event and felt inspired by the achievements of all the incredible projects and people we've heard about today. Please keep an eye on the DCN network and Arts Council England social channels and website in the coming weeks and months for case studies about all of our winning projects and news about next year's awards. And remember, all creative and cultural organisations and individuals in England are eligible for free support from the Digital Culture Network. So please head to digitalculturenetwork.org.uk for more info and to get in touch with the fantastic tech champions. We'd like to get all of our shortlists up on stage in just a moment for a big group photo. So if you were shortlisted, please remain seated. Also, if you'd like to get some photos for your socials, the photo wall in the Waterside room is available for lots of lovely photos to post. And finally, from me and all of us here at the Digital Culture Awards, thank you for watching, goodbye, and see you again next year. Now head to the Waterside room for some cake.